Hi, I'm taking advantage of Sarah being out and using her room because it's turned into my favorite place to film because it's so nice and peaceful and like spa-like. But the way she decorated it. Anyway, but she did give me permission. She said, whenever I want to, I can use her room when she's not here. So I'm not doing anything behind her back. Okay, some of you remember that since I started my channel, I've been going through my life story because I have had a very unusual and interesting and exciting and adventurous life story. And so I've been going through and miraculous, I've been going through my life story. Well, I haven't done it for a while, but I'm just gonna, today I'm gonna talk about some ways that heaven really helped us, that we experience like His hand reaching down, and I wouldn't call them outright miracles because some of the miracles we've experienced have been real miracles, like the dogs bringing us food that I've talked about before. But no, but these are more like everyday kind of happenstances or whatever, but they were miracles to us because we were so desperate. And actually, that's when God usually breaks through and does stuff, is when we're at our wits' end, when we're at the end of our rope, when we are desperate. Well, if you've seen my story, you'll know that we went through a time of real poverty, because in 1997, God told us to give away everything. Well, He did it 4 years previously, but anyway, we ended up leaving 1997 from Miami, going to New Mexico with our 4 little kids and with nothing, but we saw Him providing because He always, whenever He tells you to do something, He always makes a way. Anyway, so those are just little comments along the way. Okay, anyway, today I'm going to talk about 2 times when really we were desperate and we saw breakthrough. And let me explain how desperate we are. We were. We even had to, that's when stamps were 32 cents. We even had to pray in to send a letter, a stamp, and miraculously we found on the floor in our car 32 cents and we were able to buy a stamp. Then like when we would go to church, we wanted to give to God because not because it's the right thing to do, but because it is a way of just expressing love, right? And we're so grateful for everything He had done for us, and we wanted to just give back to Him, especially after He had miraculously provided us with so much stuff. If you look back in my videos, you'll see how in 1 week we received everything we needed to live in a house and stuff like that, just without asking anybody for anything. But anyway, and then the dog's provision. So we wanted to give back to Him, and we had nothing. And I can remember taking my coin purse and putting the coins inside of the offering. Another time, we saw that we were coming out of church, and right by the church was a McDonald's. And at that time, they had a special that on Sundays, the burgers were 29 cents each for a burger and 39 cents each for a cheeseburger. And we really had just no money, but we were able to scrounge up. We felt so grateful. We were able to scrounge up enough money for each one of our children to get 1 burger. And then Jose and I sat there and watched them eat. So you can see the kind of circumstances we were in. And we were sitting there watching them eat, grateful, not, oh, I wish I could eat too. Well, we would have liked it too, but anyway. Okay, so what happened was, now, again, my mind's blank. Oh yeah, so we wanted, because we felt called there to express love to people. We had been we arrived and were living in a town where there was a lot of desperation, a lot of people who were on drugs and stuff, and down and out. And so we wanted to be able to express our love to them. And so one way that we did it, and show the love of God, because I don't like it when people just talk about God's love and don't show it. That is not right. And so the way that we, felt like we could show the love of God was to babysit for free. And it was also, our kids had little playmates, right? So it was no skin off our back. Anyway, so we always had little kids at our house, always, for ours to play with. And so one day, and we never wanted to take money from anybody or ask anybody. We never asked anybody for money. We liked to just talk to God and see His own provision. But anyway, so one day, one of the moms who had left her kids with us insisted on giving us $20, and she wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, we tried to say no, but anyway, we were just very grateful. So we knew immediately how we were going to use that $20, because we did have enough food, at that time we got some government food and stuff like that. And but we had a huge pile of dirty laundry, because we had no none of our own equipment to be able to wash the clothes. There was no washer or dryer at our home, and so we would have to go and use the coin what are they called? Coin machines, right, at the laundromat. And we had not been able for weeks to do laundry. And because we didn't run out of clothes, because people, when we first arrived there, kept giving us clothes because they knew that we were from Florida and didn't have any warm clothes and for the winter. So we had been given tons of clothes, but now we had a huge mountain of dirty clothes. And so we knew immediately how we were going to use it. So anyway, we, I think that was a Saturday, we piled all the clothes into the car in bags and stuff to be able to wash the clothes after church the next day. And so we thought, this, we'll have enough money. Well, anyway, God knew better. God knew that would not have covered all the clothes. So all of a sudden, Jose felt like we need to leave church early. And so we were walking out of church while it was still going on. And as we were almost to the door, one of the men called Alexandria, our oldest, Lexi, over to him. "Come here, little girl." And we were wondering, what? Why was he calling her over there? And he stuck a $20 bill in her hand, because God knew that between all of the machines that we were going to need to wash our clothes, and because we were going to also have to buy the soap and, things like that, God knew it was going to be $39 and some cents. And so we had enough to do all of our clothes and go home with clean clothes. That's one story. The other story was when Jose had been hired temporarily as a part-time from our friend who owned a convenience store in the little town where we lived. And so he would go in and do it. Well, anyway, one day, this man came to, it was just a convenience store, but you know how sometimes in convenience stores they'll have a section that has like processed meat, like meat for sandwiches and cheese for sandwiches and stuff. So anyway, one day, very early in the morning, when he was on duty, a guy came in to change over, look at what was expired and get rid of it and replace it with stuff that wasn't expired. And so Jose was looking at that food that was going to be thrown away, knowing that we had not eaten food like that, because we were basically eating rice and beans. knowing that we had not eaten food like that in so long. And so he asked our friend if he could have the so-called expired meat. It's just that the date was up. And she said yes, and he came home. He was so happy with a whole bag full of meat and cheese. And it was good. It hadn't gone bad or anything. So those were two more ways that God, out of the many ways that God took care of us during our time of need. And, you know, he never lets his children go hungry. So if you are in a situation where you don't have, where you really need, you know, and even when, you know, he also gives us our heart's desire. So ask him, talk to him, ask him for, you know, share your heart with him and tell him what you need. And you know what? Believe me, he's going to hear you and respond. Okay, that's all. Love you guys. Bye.